Shows Taught Me.
Shit 90 Shows Taught Me was not filmed before a live studio audience.
Are you ready to slay another day? So are we. Welcome back to Shit 90 Shows Taught Me. I'm Jess Sterling here with my co-host, Sarah Humphrey. Sarah, how are you?
It's mixed bag, babe. Mixed bag. I'm happy, but I'm sad. I'm heartbroken. But also I'm like, what's the point of living anymore? It's really hard. It's tough goings. But I'm in like such a good mood. I'm happy to be back. I'm sorry that I missed last week, but
All good. Todd was here to help hold down the fort.
I know. It was a good podcast. Thank you. The disaster that I found myself in last week of being my second to last week of pregnancy, plus needing a root canal out of nowhere, plus having a cold that like I still have a terrible cough. I don't know what happened. I don't know what fucking curse Willow put on me, but she put a curse on me. It was really, really bad.
But she's not practicing magic, Sarah. She's not practicing magic.
Not anymore, no. But I still have some like, my ribs hurt from so much coughing.
Oh,
so
no.
I am still a little cursed by the magics. So it was bad goings. But thank you to you and for Todd for holding down everything. I love a birthday episode. I'm sad that I missed Buffy's birthday. And
you do love a birthday.
Yeah, it was her 21st, I think it was, which you didn't answer. Like the question that I would have asked is like, what did you do on your 21st birthday? And that
I don't know that I realized it was her 21st. I guess I didn't think about it.
I thought that Todd said that.
It maybe.
Who knows? Yeah. Do you remember what you did on your 21st birthday?
Yes, I was supposed to go out to a really fun, like, I think it was a gay bar, with my friends, but one of my friends wasn't 21 yet. So like we ended up not being able to get in. So we went to Applebee's and that is where I had my first alcoholic beverage. Yeah, legal alcoholic beverage.
You know what? That's so funny because like I had a very similar experience and I thought that it was because like I'm like a March birthday. So, I had some friends that were in the summer, but you are an August birthday. So I'm surprised that you also had that experience because for my 21st birthday, it was either Applebee's or it was Chili's for the same exact reason of like, I want friends to be there and my friends are not all 21 yet. So.
Yeah, it sucks. We didn't at the time. It was like questionable whether or not she'd be able to get in because some places they would do like wristbands and whatever, depending on your age. But yeah, they wouldn't let us in. So that was unfortunate. But Applebee's was
out the door.
Well, yeah, we went to the door and we weren't allowed in.
That's a rookie move. My birthday was more well planned than that.
It was fine.
Yeah,
I was fine.
I think I have like a picture somewhere of me and my 21st birthday. I was pretty ugly, but I was. I mean, like I'm telling the truth.
Oh God.
Yeah. So yeah. I'm really excited to talk about this episode because I promised that I wouldn't say I can't even say that, the R word anymore, but like that sounds so bad.
Sounds real bad.
Because I already never would say that word, R word, but the Riley word of it. I promise. I said, I'm done. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. I swear to goodness. And the episode giveth. It was so nice. It provided what I desire, and that is Riley, Riley Finn. I was like, what's his last name? Duh, Finn. And I was really excited. And I think like I saw in the coming attractions, like your main complaint all the time of like, why the fuck are they so obvious? But
let's just advertise that Riley's going to be back because the thing is, Sarah. Yeah. I don't know this man's name, so I would not have noticed if he was in like the guest starring whatever. I don't fucking know his name.
No,
it's probably like Mark or something.
Okay, well, so actually, it's fun. It's Marcus Bluth. Yes.
I swear I didn't know that.
You do know his name, actually. Well, okay, so like the last time they showed Riley in the coming attractions, they did not actually show him. They just talked about him. So it wasn't until I saw guest starring Marcus Bluth where I knew for sure that he was coming. So once I saw that, there was a gasp. There was a lot of gasp. I was clutching my pearls throughout the entire episode. I love this episode. I love it because it's like a telenovela. I love it because Riley's there. I love everything about it. I think you're like, I hate this, boy, bye. Like, this is a waste of my life. And
yeah, this was a waste of an episode. This like episode did nothing for me.
It's crazy.
In fact, I felt like there were times where I was like, did you all watch the same season I did? Because I feel like you're totally rewriting the narrative on what happened. Yeah, it wasn't for me. This episode was not for me in many ways. But where do we want to start? Do we want to start with the Riley stuff? That's like the majority of what's going on here.
I think we should start with the Xander Anya wedding
which is ongoing, and like literally let them do anything else. No, we just Lasagna's wedding. That's all we care about. At the very least, Sarah, there is an end. The end is near. They have 1 week until this wedding planning is done.
Well, that's what's the crazy thing is like I didn't realize that the wedding was so soon. I was not.
No, me neither.
So when they said that the wedding is in 1 week, I was like, since when? Since how? No.
Yeah, they're picking up people at the airport. They're like meeting with demons. Everyone apparently is staying at their house, which like, no, how about absolutely not? How about I'm getting married in a week and you're not staying with me? The seating chart isn't done. They're gorging themselves on chips, even in like bars, which is wild. Like just pulling out a bag of chips at the Bronze is insane to me. You can't just bring in food from outside to an establishment. Like, what are you doing?
I don't know, you might be able to.
It was just so much, and I was just so tired of it. The only redeeming quality to the Lasagna storyline this week was I really did enjoy, I believe what happened was they were like hiding away in their bathroom to avoid interacting with both of their families or something. And Xander was basically complaining, like, I'm so tired of this wedding. And Anya was taking it as, oh, so you don't, like, you're so tired of me and this relationship. And I really did appreciate that he then differentiates between the wedding is not our marriage. The wedding is quick and our marriage will last forever. And I feel like this needs to be way more common of a sentiment than most people have, because I totally agree that, like, 9 times out of 10, the wedding is like so stressful and it shouldn't be. And the marriage is what truly matters at the end of the day.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that a lot of people, I mean, I think that there's honestly a lot of people out there that like really want the wedding. They really want the wedding, and in their heads, in a way that's more prominent than the actual marriage. Which I'm not saying like that. I don't even think that's the majority of people. I just think that there's like a certain amount of people that really are focused on the wedding, and they don't really realize the commitment that like marriage is, and that's like what really matters. It sometimes becomes like second, and that's because it becomes very like all consuming. Like, I know that you're annoyed by like the trope that like Anya is like very focused on the wedding aspect of it, but I also think it's like very realistic, especially now that I know that their timeline was a lot shorter than I was guessing it would be. I mean, they didn't have a lot of time to plan this shit. They had like, it sounds like they had like about like maybe 4 months at the most. I don't know why they're rushing, but
truly, who knows? Like, when they got engaged, like the world was ending, but now it seems like, not that the world is stable, but like they're in a better place now. So I agree with you. I don't understand it. And I guess my main problem is that at this point, it's not even just only Anya's storyline. It's only Xander's storyline too. Like, it is too all-consuming, and it really is played for laughs, like, the majority of the time, of like, oh, my shitty uncle, like, oh, and then they're gonna, you know, my cousins are gonna incinerate us if we don't arrive on time, blah, 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 blah. It's just kind of whatever. Like, I was really hoping we would get more Helfrich, and like, because I thought that stuff with Anya was so interesting and fun. Like, I felt like it was like a really good combination of like fun stuff for Anya, but also, you know, lore and gets into her history. And she's there for the wedding, so I was hoping we'd get more of her. There's still time, I suppose, but
I think that Helfrich is probably gonna fuck up the wedding.
I hope so.
Yeah, I think that she's gonna cause some chaos at the wedding, or at the very least, like, have this connection with Spike. Like, there's gonna be something with Helfrich and the wedding. So
I hope so, yeah.
So I think that we're gonna see this soon. I think this was just like a reprieve. I think it's yeah, but I didn't mind the all the wedding stuff. Like, I think that I find it more relatable to be like all consumed than you about the planning and the details. And I think that that's just my personality, especially when I'm planning a party. It really does become like all consuming for me. And I get very like deep into the details of this thing. I think that that's one of the reasons why it benefited my husband and I that we had such a quick engagement to wedding, because like, I was able to plan what we needed to plan in a month and a half. If you gave me a year and a half or 2 years and a half, the planning would have never stopped. Like, it would have, like, I kept like would be triple changing things, like obsessing. Like, I would have been like Anya, being insufferable. So like, I relate to her on that level, even though I understand it's like pretty tropey, but like, I'm kind of like a tropey girl. Like, I'm just a girl that is a stereotype. Unfortunately, I wish I was stronger than that, but I just am. So
yeah,
I didn't mind it. I'm so shocked that the wedding is so soon. A week is so soon. I agree with you. I think that the conversation that they had as like a reminder is like, it's about the marriage. Like, that's what matters. And I think like that's the other thing. Like, I was able to plan something in a month and a half, and it was a beautiful day, and it was perfect. And then I have been married for a year and a half, and that's, or a year and a couple months, and that's even sweeter than a wedding that would have been 3 times the size and like 9 times the cost. So it really is about the marriage, and that's what matters. It's about the love. And I like that they had that conversation. I found it funny that Xander kept like comparing his relationship to, I don't necessarily think that he was comparing his relationship to Riley. I think that he just has like a huge man crush on Riley. And I also think that the cost like swaps that like Riley and Sam did for their wedding, like, instead of a photographer getting those like disposable cameras and letting like your guests be the photographers, I think that he found that really appealing, because, and I feel like my husband would be the same way, of just being like, oh, there's a cheaper or a less costly way to do this. Why are we not doing that? So I also relate to that. And that would be like Anya for me. Like, I would be like Anya, like, my brain is breaking. Like, what do you mean? Like, of course we need to have a traditional photographer. Of course we need to have this, that, and the other thing.
Yeah, I agree. I think it is interesting, at least, to have like, you know, all of this happening when Riley and Sam show up. They're already married. It seems like they did it rather quickly and cheaply, at least by comparison to Lasagna. I just need to say, after all of this time we've spent on this wedding planning, if we don't see the fucking wedding, and if shit doesn't go crazy, I will be pissed. I'll be so mad if we have all this set up and we don't get at least like 3 varieties of demon and like shit hitting the fan. Like, well, I'll be really upset.
Yeah, like, I think that we are going to see the wedding. I think that the loser squad, the loser trio is going to
right.
fuck some shit up. I think Halfrick is going to fuck some shit up. I think that if Spike is feeling salty against Buffy, I think he's going to be a little baby bitch diva. Like, I think that it's going to be a very dramatic wedding. And then, yeah, like there's probably going to be some death at it, a la Red Wedding, of a show that I've never seen before.
Oh, the reference that was not on my bucket list. You saying that, yeah.
I mean, everybody knows what it is. I just don't know what it is because I haven't seen it.
Right,
but I know what it is. I think.
Well, we'll see what happens. Hopefully that's next episode, maybe the one after, but hopefully it's freaking soon because truly I need this to be done with so we can move on from the wedding storyline.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then maybe one other thing to touch on kind of before Riley arrives is like we see Buffy, like, God, this is so relatable. But Buffy has been working a lot at the Double Meat Palace, and so she always smells like burgers, so much so that the vampires are commenting on it and like being like, this is gross. She's also like trying to feed Dawn and be like a good guardian. So she keeps bringing her like meals from Double Meat Palace, which makes sense because she works there and like it's easy and probably free to like bring home a burger for Dawn. And Dawn is just so tired of it. But like, God, this is so relatable to anyone who's worked in food service. I used to work in food service. I worked at a rest area, so it had a bunch of different restaurants. So I worked at a burger place, a pizza place, a Quiznos, like you name it, I worked there. And I used to come home and I would take off whatever I was wearing from my work day. My dog would lick my clothes because they smelled so much like that place. Like it just gets everywhere. It gets in your hair, it gets in your clothes, it smells. And I thought this was so relatable, this is so real, that like Buffy would smell and people would be able to smell it on her. I mean, it probably would even get in her hair, so if she didn't wash her hair regularly, like every shift, her hair would probably smell.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would be able to recover from that. Like the fact that the vampire took pity on Buffy and was like, you know what, I'm good, you're good,
yeah, let's get out of here. Yeah,
like, that would have sent me over the edge, and like you can't recover from that. It was so embarrassing. And then the fact that like Riley can smell it, that was so embarrassing. Spike definitely smells it, but he doesn't say anything about it because like he's a gentleman.
He doesn't care. She could lather herself in garlic and like it would not matter to him. And yeah, like I feel so bad for Buffy because the whole time she's working, she's listening to this fucking asshole she's working with being like, oh, I'm getting my master's degree and blah. And so she has reapplied. No, I don't like him. He annoyed me so much.
He was annoying, but like good for him that he's trying to further his education.
Sure, but like stop bragging about it.
He's not bragging, he's talking about it.
No, he was annoying me. So Buffy gets rejected. She has reapplied to college. She gets rejected. And like, this is awful. It's like she's already feeling like crap. She's already having like a really tough go of it, working so much. When she's not working, she's fucking Spike, but it's not fun sex. It's like sad, depressing sex. She like fucks him outside, which I don't remember if either one of us had. Oh, I had in a tree. I don't think they were in a tree though.
They were close to a tree
to the point where she gets her coat, her like beautiful like pea coat dirty. Loved that coat, by the way. She has to like get a stain out. She falls asleep. She misses garbage removal day, which is the worst to miss garbage removal.
It is pretty bad, especially when you have a lot of garbage.
And they have a lot of people living there and a lot of people in and out of there all the time. I'm sure they have tons of garbage. She had 2 ginormo bags that didn't get picked up. So she's already having like a very difficult time. And then I don't know about you, Sarah, but like whenever I was working, it would be my biggest nightmare if someone I knew saw me. Now, I worked at a rest area, so that was not common because no one who lived near me would be stopping at the rest area I worked in. So that was fine. I would have full on died on the floor if I was Buffy and wearing a hat that had a chicken's ass on the back and a cow head on the front, and my ex-boyfriend showed up.
Yeah, I agree. I think the only difference is that Riley went to DMP because he knew that Buffy was there. It wasn't like a surprise encounter.
Right. Yes.
I think it would be even more humiliating if he just went because he needed to get his fix, and he spots her there, and like that's like really, really embarrassing. But he knew where she was at. Like he has all this like government intel, so and obviously he's been like keeping track of her a little bit at the very least. So but yeah, like I can imagine just like when Buffy sees him, how humiliated she felt. She already feels bad about herself because of the rejection and the smell and the everything else that's going on, just feeling like she's like a loser or like is trying to get her life together. And the one that got away shows up, and you see him, and like seemingly he's like perfect. Yeah, he has like this like badass scar on his eyebrow and eye that makes him like even hotter. And she's gobsmacked. I was too. I was like, oh my gosh, I was so excited to see him. It was a good day for me.
Yeah, so he is like, oh, I need your help. Buffy immediately is like, no questions asked, I'm out of here, which I'm like, how is that going to play with her boss that she just ditches mid-shift? Like, it's one thing to call out, but you just full on be like, I'm out, skis, sorry, gotta go.
That was a little naughty. We can't be ditching your shift.
It's tough. And basically he's like, there's a steam-in, we have to track it. They spend so much time together. They're in a car, she's changing into a different outfit. They're like, in my opinion, pretty flirty back and forth.
I was feeling it. I was feeling it so hard.
They were getting very flirty, and they have so much time together. The fact that he did not say to her, it took one sentence of, BT dubs don't kill the thing, we need to track it.
Yeah, and
nothing.
Well, yeah, I know. That was
really... This is on him that she killed it.
That was because he didn't give her the full mission, and I think it's because like the whole, it's they're not killing it because they're doing experiments on it, and that brought a lot of shame last time.
No, I don't think they were doing experiments. I thought they were tracking it to find its nest because they were eggs. Yeah, because someone else was like involved in all of it. I don't think it had anything. I literally think he just forgot to tell her. And the thing is he also forgot to tell her he's fucking married until his wife shows up. And this is like, in my opinion, even worse, because I feel like, Sarah, you agree here, I need time to process. I'm gonna need a second to like adjust my face before new wife walks in. Yeah. And so when new badass wife walks in and you're like, oh my God, wait, you're married? And she's literally right there already. Not enough time to process.
Yeah. I mean, Riley did a little bit of bads in this situation. It's hard to defend his actions.
Buffy rode him. She rode him down like whatever that line thing was.
They went down the zip line.
And her legs were wrapped around him, and this man does not feel the need to be like, BT dubs, I'm married.
Well, he was swept away by her beauty and her very lovely haircut.
By the way, like the haircut.
I mean, and then when he said that, I'm like, oh my God, I like was like,
they're getting it in.
I was just excited. I'm like, oh my gosh. Her haircut does look really good though. I
like the low double pigtail. I love the low pigtail.
I like it when it's down. Like we don't need it. We're 21 years old. We don't need pigtails. Like
the low pigtail though. The low pigtail is a cute look.
What, is she like Dorothy from the Wizard of Oz? Like we don't need pigtails.
I think it's cuter than when I don't like it when it like it's down, then it goes like whoop, at the ends, like it weirds me out. I think it's weird.
I like it a lot. I like how sleek it is, and I like it's a little bit darker, and I like that her makeup's like a little bit darker. I'm like loving her look this season. Actually,
she has a nice glossy lip a lot of the time, and I can appreciate that. And although I don't know how that would work, maybe she cut her hair because it kept getting stuck in her lip gloss. Honestly, because how does that not happening with all the whippy flippy things she's doing?
Yeah. It probably does. That lip gloss in the 90s was very sticky. Very
sticky.
Very
although I'm sure it smelled really good. But yeah, he's being very flirty. We find out he's married to Sam, who is basically, I don't even know, is she his boss or are they just on the same level? I don't know what they said. I don't remember.
Okay, so at first Buffy was like, are you her boss? And she says he wishes. So they're either on the same level or she's a step above.
Okay. Well, yeah, the timeline is where I am like, shit's fucking weird.
I don't. Okay, so okay, these are the facts. They've been married for 4 months. We know that.
Yes.
We also know that Sam said it took a year for him to get over Buffy. So we know that as a fact. We know that when Buffy came back to life, it was 6 months later. And it
was less than that. It was like 4 months.
Okay, whatever. 4 to 6 months. But we also know that like there was months between Riley leaving and her dying.
Dawn said that he was gone for a year. Now, I don't know if she's rounding.
When did Dawn say that he was gone?
When he sees Dawn, when they go into Buffy's house and Dawn is like, oh, you just leave a year ago and then come back or whatever. Like she definitely says it's been a whole year. Which is why I'm confused, because if it took him a year to get over her, then yeah, like how have you been married for 4 months if you were just not over Buffy yet?
That doesn't mean anything. Like people, there's like overlap. I think it's probably been like a year and a half. That's what I'm putting my money on.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, whatever. It's whatever. They seem happy. Sam and him get along. Here's the thing. I don't know if this is a spicy take. Sam is perfect for Riley because she too is pretty fucking boring.
Oh, I don't even think that's true.
I think it's true. She's too nice.
I don't think Riley's boring. She is. I think the thing with Sam is that she's so cool, and that's what makes it worse.
Yeah, like she's totally kind to everyone, and it's like you can't hate her. Oh, Willow, you're so strong for resisting magic.
And the thing is that like at first when you're watching it, you're like, this bitch has to be fake. There has to be something about it.
Yeah, look at this bitch eating her fucking salad. Yeah, you're just like, fuck her.
But yeah, exactly. But like literally, like there was no ball drop. She was kind and good.
Even one-on-one with Buffy too. Like, and she could be a total bitch to Buffy, but she's so cool. Because think about it, right? Oh, I'm Sam. I'm newly married to a guy who I know took a very long time to get over his ex. I'm meeting his ex. She's the fucking Slayer, and I'm getting to see how cool she is. And instead of being like a total fucking bitch to her, I'm just like, oh, how are things? Are you dating anyone? Like, blah, 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 blah. And she's so nice about it.
And once again, like that just makes it even worse.
Yeah, it does.
Like,
because Riley won the breakup. Not broke up.
Yeah. He won the breakup. He really, really did. And like, yeah, like the whole time I was just waiting for the ball drop. Like maybe she's secret evil. Like maybe she's like secretly a bitch. And it's like
secretly a robot.
Secretly a robot. Anything. But no, she's just like really kind, really empathetic, really badass. Like Riley's perfect match. And
really, because think about how much sex they have after doing their like little missions together.
This is the other thing, like that is kind of like after I watched the episode, I kind of got into like a little bit of a funk because like he was married and like there was just like a couple things like I cried throughout the episode. Like I'm very like hormonal, but like and I kind of got into the funk. But like the thing is that this is the life that Buffy could have had with Riley if circumstances were different, which makes it again even worse because if because Buffy could have been crime fighting next to Riley, traveling the world, married to somebody that she loves, like having like everything that they could have had if she wasn't the Slayer, if she didn't have responsibility over Dawn, if she didn't have if she didn't just lose her mother. Like, this is the life that Riley was offering her, which is like everything that she could want, and but maybe more. I don't know. Like, her whole thing is like she's stuck in Sunnydale. She hates being stuck in Sunnydale. Like, she's never going to be able to like go out into the world and go to Venezuela or where the Panama, wherever the fuck they were going, because she's stuck there. But like, this is what Riley was asking her to do. Leave this place. Like, let's go. Like, let's explore. Like, let's. And it sucks that like I'm about to cough. It just sucks.
Yeah, I do agree with you. You know, I really didn't care for this episode, but I can understand where you're coming from with like Riley coming back is a way to remind Buffy of what she could have had that she doesn't have, which is a really exciting, adventurous life. And she doesn't have that. She is stuck in Sunnydale working a job at a burger place that she fucking hates. She's gotten declined by the college she was going to. And she is left with like, and not to say Dawn is a burden, but like she's responsible for Dawn. And like all of it is so much and it's so overwhelming. Like to the point where when she's like, oh, Dawn, where are you going? Dawn's like, school. And she's like, it's like there's so much happening with Buffy that she can't even remember that Dawn is going to school. And thankfully, Dawn is taking herself to school. You know what I mean? I feel like Dawn has kind of gotten past the hump of like, okay, I do need to parent myself in some ways. But for Buffy, it's really just like I think there's just so much shame around her life right now. And the only thing that makes her kind of forget that shame briefly is having sex with Spike, which is why she always ends up back at his crypt.
I don't even blame her for. I don't, because you need an outlet. Like, whenever we're all going through something, no matter what, like, yes, there's the perfect people out there that like put all their energy and like go to the gym. Like, fuck you, but also good for you. Like, I'm jealous of you. Like, when I'm in like a really emotional tizzy, I get into like my little shopping addictions, and I can't stop. Or like my hyperfixations, but like it's normally like, what can I spend money on? And for a lot of people, it's cigarettes, alcohol, food, whatever. Like, and I just feel like, yeah, like I think sex is also, you know, a big outlet. And I think like going to somebody that is comfortable, or going to somebody that's literally just there no matter what, is really, really easy to do. And I don't even blame Buffy for it. And I feel bad for Spike because he's getting used, and he very much loves her, and she really does not. I mean, once again, it's the same thing like when she was in a relationship with Riley. Like, she doesn't have the emotional capacity to love somebody like that.
I think she's too depressed right now. Like, I really think there's way too much that she's trying to deal with that, like, she can't even let herself explore any of those feelings. Like, honestly, I think she is sleeping with Spike because she hates herself right now. And it is like the thing, like, he called it something like, oh, get down here in the dirt or the mud or something. And like, that's what she's doing. She's using him. And I think it helps that like the scene where she comes into the crypt and she says, tell me you love me, tell me you want me, right? Like, that feels very like, I just saw my ex-boyfriend with his new wife and she's hot and great and everything I can't be. Now tell me you love me and tell me you want me, right? Like, it's so obvious she's using him.
Women, that's like porn. Like, I mean, that helps you get off to hear those words. And like, for her to like be in that situation of like, oh, like, you know, the one got away, like the one that got away, or like he, you know, we broke up and he found his person. Like,
and it could even be that she is remembering a time before her mom died, before her world fell apart, before she died, right? Like, she's nostalgic for the time. Because even if she didn't, because I would still argue she really wasn't in love with Riley, like, you could still be nostalgic for a relationship because of, like, it took place in a moment in time in your life when life was just so much easier, when the only thing you had to worry about was slaying, right? Like, not all this other life shit that has been thrown on top of her.
And she was once she got past the initial shock of like college, she was having a good time in college. Like,
yeah,
when like before, like, well, even when her and Riley first started, she knew about the initiative and they would like fight together, and like then like she was having a good time, and that was probably like the last time where she felt free and happy.
Exactly. And so now she doesn't have that anymore. And she can see that he does, to an extent, right? That he's moved on. And so she, of course, goes back to Spike as she usually does. And he, even though he's very well aware of what she's doing, he knows she's using him. He knows that she doesn't necessarily feel the same way. It's like, I'll take the scraps. I'll take the crumbs if that's all you're willing to give me. They sleep together. And of course, right before this, though, she mentions to him, because he's like her, like, I'm going to use you as like a confidential informant sort of a thing. Like, oh, there's this guy called the Doctor who's going to sell these demon eggs on the black market. They end up having sex. Fucking Riley shows up, because of course Riley shows up because he knows Spike's crypt.
It was crazy. When this happened, I was like, what the fuck is happening here? I was loving it.
I really thought Sam was going to be there too for a second, but he came alone because he finds out that the Doctor is Spike, and Buffy is very much like, no, it can't be. Like, I know he's a bad guy, but like, he wouldn't. Of course, they go into like the place where he had the creepy shrine to Buffy, and there are all the demon eggs, which begin to hatch, and they basically grenade the place.
Yeah, they explode his crypt, which is sucky for Spike because he loves his crypt. Now, do you understand what the scheme was? Is this just a money scheme for Spike?
I think it was just selling the demons on the demon eggs on the black market. Okay, yeah. So I think it was a get rich quick thing.
Okay. All right. Well, respect to him. He needs to make his cash money.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. When Buffy is really upset with him, Spike says, like, you know what I am, and you come to me all the same. And that is, like, in my opinion, very fair. Like, he never promised to be the best guy ever. Like, he's a vampire, and he's not the angel type with the soul. He's the one without the soul. He has a chip, but he still is Spike. And like, it's kind of unfair of Buffy to be like, well, how could you? Blah, blah. It's like, well, this is who he is.
But she didn't. She said, I don't care about the scheme at the end of the episode. Like, I don't care about this.
Oh, right. At the end. I think during the whole kerfuffle is when she said it.
It's because she's defending him to Riley and then turns out to be wrong. And that's
she looks horrible.
And she just got caught sleeping with him. She's embarrassed in front of her ex who won the breakup, who has his shit together, who so like,
and when they were together and Spike was like in love with Buffy, Riley knew it and was like pissed off about it. Like, so there's so much like emotion and
shame,
like shame and just there's so much emotion being flown about in these scenes. It's so interesting.
And how is this episode not good though? Like, you
that part,
but this is such.
I did. I think that scene itself is like kind of fun. I think I didn't like the beginning with like, because I felt like Riley is definitely flirting with Buffy, and then we find out he's married, and I'm like, well, you're kind of an asshole then. Like, if I'm Sam, I'm not really happy about the flirting you were just doing.
Yeah, but like, Sam's cool, so she doesn't care. She's not the jealous type.
Sam doesn't even know is the thing. But I didn't care about the lasagna stuff. I really didn't care about the, well, you're so strong. I just miss me with that. Well, and then I thought the ending was like pretty blah as well. Like with so they blow up the eggs, and then I full on laughed out loud when Riley and Sam are going up in like a helicopter together. I fucking laughed. It was so stupidly funny.
I mean, like, it was once again like very like telenovela. Like, the whole thing is like you know, they're supposed to be like Mr. and Mrs. Smith, like, or like James Bond and a Bond girl. It almost gave me the ick of just like how serious Riley was at times, or like how serious the show took Riley and his like little gadgets and gizmos and the responsibility. But also, it's just like Riley's like Captain America. We're just gonna do like Captain America like shit, like spy shit. Yeah, it was like whatever, but
it was just like silly bits and whatever. Like they kill the things, and I guess the most important part is so right, like Buffy punches Spike, whatever she leaves. Riley says, "I have the clearance to take out the doctor. So like, should I?" And Buffy says she doesn't exactly say yes or no. She just says, "I'm sleeping with him." Like, no, so like, that's a no. Like that's a hard no. You can't.
I feel like she was just like, how could you, like, how, I don't know, like I forget what she said. She was like, no.
She says you came back and did you wait until your life was absolutely perfect and then send that demon here so you could throw it in my face?
Yeah, I cried at that too, because like that's the other thing. And she's like, of course you came back when your life is perfect and I'm in shambles, and how in the world can this timing be? It's just so rough to just be in this situation.
I also just think, again, I know Sam's a cool girl who doesn't get jealous, but I would not like my husband to be like, "Oh, do you think I liked seeing you in bed with that idiot, or that blinding orange is your best color, or that burger smell is appealing?" Don't be smelling other women. Like, stop.
He can't help it. It's just really smelly. I was feeling that too. I mean, it worked for me. I
calls her a hottie.
She's a hottie.
If my husband looked an ex-girlfriend in the face and called her a hottie, we're gonna have problems.
Yeah, but the thing
I can call your ex-girlfriend a hottie. You can't.
The thing is that she is so unfazed because their relationship was like a blip, and they're so far past it, and they're leaving to go to whatever exotic place next together. It's like, to Sam, Buffy is so inconsequential that it just like doesn't matter, which once again just makes it so worse.
Yeah, Sam got married in a helicopter.
Like, you want her to be jealous because then you can be like, fuck her. And I just love like Willow being like, it's just like such like a girl's girl of like, no matter what, like I fucking hate her.
I will call her a bitch if you want me to.
Yeah, and like I think that like her at the end being like, bye, like nice to see you, and then like before she walked away, she says to Buffy, that fucking bitch. Like,
yeah, what a bitch.
Which I just love. I thought that was so funny, and that's something that like best friends do.
Yeah,
about like a girl like this, and I thought that was perfect. I thought that, I don't know, like it's just like so hard because like everybody just like liked her. I like Xander really liked the fact that like she was giving them like wedding tips, and it was kind of rough. I think that Dawn did a good job of like giving Riley like the stink eye, which I thought was really interesting because like when we list all these people that like left her, like her mom, or you know, Tara, or her dad, or Buffy, we never once said Riley, who was essentially like an older brother figure, the only male figure in her life besides Xander. Well, okay, so that's a lie, but somebody that would like stay with her a lot, somebody that's like comfort her in the hospital. He left too without saying goodbye. That's another person.
Yeah, it is. It really is another person for her. And it really does. Like, I do love that she gave him the stink eye a few times this episode. I'm like, you know what? You've earned the stink eye from Dawn.
Yeah. But like, she gave the hug, like, are you going to say goodbye this time? And like, I think that I think for a lot of people, this episode is like, who the fuck is this for? This is like a waste of my life. It's for me. This episode was for me.
It's for the Ruffy stands.
And sometimes like we too need a gift, you know, like I have been so patient towards the back end of this season, or middle of the season. It's not even the back end of the season. I've been so patient. I've been so kind to Spike and all of the Spuffy fans. I needed this win, you know? I needed this. And I felt satisfied by it.
Well, you're probably even more satisfied to see Buffy break things off with Spike.
Because it made me sad too.
Yeah, so after Riley leaves, she shows up and Spike's like, oh, you ready to fuck again? Like, the bed's blown up, but that was never really our spot anyway. And she she does say, like you were saying, oh, like, I should have remembered your schemes. And then she says, it's over. And he says, I've memorized this tune. It doesn't change what you want. She says, I know that. I do want you. Being with you make things simpler for a little while. I'm using you. I can't love you. I'm just being weak and selfish, and it's killing me. I have to be strong about this. And then she says, I'm sorry, William. And she leaves. And Spike looks heartbroken.
Not the real name.
Yeah, she government named him.
We can't be doing that. I mean, like, how phased were you by this? Because, like, obviously it's not over. So, like, I don't really care.
Yeah, I was annoyed. Like, I was actively annoyed by it because, I hate a wishy-washy bitch. And I'm like, well, I know it's not over yet. So you're just going to irritate me. I also partly wonder if when they fuck, she calls him William. And so it's like, this is when I'm like being serious is when I say William, I don't know. I don't like it. I was annoyed. I was like, fucking whatever. Like, whatever. Like, stop being annoying.
You were mad. I was fine.
It's just like, let's just fucking stomp on Spike repeatedly every single episode. Like, enough with this. Enough. Like, we've already beat the shit out of the guy. Like, are we done yet?
There's a friend that like comments on either our Spotify or YouTube that we are too nice to Spike and that he's the worst character in all of TV history. So
that's hilarious.
Yeah,
you did get a compliment, by the way. I meant to tell you. We might as well read it on the podcast on YouTube from the Tabula Rasa episode 8 that said, I feel like Sara understands the Slayer line more than 90% of Buffy fans. No one gets it into their head that the line follows Kendra and Faith and doesn't branch to include Buffy. So look at that.
Thank you,
Lord Queen.
I am the Lord Queen. I can keep track of a family tree or of lineage because once again I be training for this.
That was from Jag 519. We also got in the vein of Spike. How dare you? 259 says they aren't going to turn Spike bad because he's already bad. He killed and tortured people for 100 years.
Yeah. This is the problem. Like, apparently we are too sympathetic towards Spike and that like we forget that he's evil and like horrible and like a monster. But also
I'm sorry that he's written well and he's a complicated guy.
I'm a sucker for a man with like a sad baby face, and when he does his little sad baby face, I'm like,
he does get a case of the pouties. Yeah.
I'm a real sucker for my Adam does a sad pouty baby face, and like he can get anything that he wants in the galaxy. I'm like, okay, please don't make that face.
Yeah. So that's the end of Spuffy until probably next episode. Whatever.
So you're mad at Buffy again because you were like not.
Yeah, she's just like irritated. Like, girl, pick a fucking lane. Like, you're so annoying. Like, oh, I saw my ex-boyfriend that I didn't love anyway, and now I'm gonna break up with Spike even though we never were really together. Like, just stop, okay? Just stop it.
Did you like her fit, the purple and her hair? I thought she looked so pretty.
Very 90s, early aughts for sure.
I liked it. I liked the look.
I prefer her in her Slayer getup, and I definitely prefer the cute coat she had on in the beginning of the mustard coat. Loved that
with the grass stain. Yeah,
with the grass stain.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I like her leather stuff, even ones that were stolen. Which, by the way, I feel as though it is so common, even to this day, for people to leave security tags on jackets.
Even if you purchase them.
Yes,
that's happened to us. Yeah.
Yeah, it's such like an easy out to be like, oh, like I hate when they do that. Like I'll go back to the store and I'll take it off. Like
my dad has definitely had to remove some stuff for us. Like we purchased, it's just they didn't remove the thing. Nowadays, you just go on Amazon and buy one of those like security tag removers. Like you could easily do it. Yeah.
I just feel like Dawn like outed herself so quick. Like she could have been like, oh, I hate when they do that. Like it's so annoying.
Sure, but then all the stuff she stole from the magic shop still would have been discovered, and then.
Well, this is the other thing. Like, why are you shitting where you're eating? Like, stop stealing from the magic shop.
Stop leaving the tags on the stuff. Am I right? Come on now.
Go to your local 7-Eleven and just steal like candy. Like
she was stealing jewelry. Like she had an eye for quality.
7-Eleven has jewelry too. She could go to Limited 2 and steal from there.
Limited 2. Oh my gosh.
Why are we stealing from the magic shop? They have nothing to offer.
That's the only place she goes. You know,
go somewhere else with Janice. Like go
Janice. Yeah, Janice does look like she has a case of the Steelies. Janice definitely steals.
Her and Janice should just go to the mall.
I wonder if she views stealing as a solo activity. I feel like she does. I think it's her shame activity.
Well,
I don't think she wants anyone to know.
You know who's a good stealer? Hannah Marin. And Hannah had a good accomplice in Mona Vanderwaal. So
yeah.
And
can't all have a BFF like Mona.
No. And also Jen Lindley's stealing companion being Abby Morgan. Like
Queen.
So I feel like the best steelies comes in twos.
Do you remember when Abby died from Seagook? Do you remember those times? Those are great times.
They're so good.
The Seagook.
The Seagook is the #1 killer in the Creek. What's the place?
Just the Creek.
Called?
It's Dawson's Creek. I don't know.
No, the town.
Is it Creekside?
I don't remember.
Listen, it's been too long. I don't know. Anyway, we did get some feedback from listener Chris about mostly referring to episodes 9 and 10, Smashed and Wrecked, the Buffy and Spike fucking sessions.
Oh, that's good times too.
Yeah. So Chris says, okay, I'm so sorry. I've never been a Spuffy fan. The message their relationship sent to young, impressionable little Chris was, yeah, it's okay to beat the heck out of each other as long as you bang it out passionately after. That's what love is. Yeah. I get that not everyone feels that way, but watching these episodes with Jess and Sarah now is eye-opening. I'm just saying she never acted this way with Riley. Their sex was sweet and tender and like spicy but vanilla at the same time.
Okay. I agree with you, Chris. And this is
remember when they fucked for a whole episode?
Yes. And it was great.
The best episode ever.
I'm sorry. Like, I know that Riley is, like I said, just like a Midwestern boy. Maybe he's not like Spike, where he has a fake British accent and
a personality.
Riley has a personality. It's just not one that you like for the billionth fucking time. I can't believe we're here again.
I feel like I'm in a time warp.
The relationship was solid and good and not toxic. And I just feel so vindicated because like I think that there's so many people out there that watched this as a teenager. I was like, they suck, they're stupid. And now that they're watching it as an adult, it's like, yeah, you want the Riley Buffy relationship, not the Spike Buffy relationship. You don't want that. That's toxic. It's fun to watch. I love that they fell through the ceiling. That's great. But they're just like, they are not a relationship. They're not, it's not.
Well, no, definitely not a relationship. He continues, Spike and Buffy are like something so spicy it makes your mouth numb and you can't taste anything because it's too much. I have other reasons for not liking Spike, but you'll have to decide down that road. Willow's downward spiral is just a total metaphor for drugs. She's addicted to power. Jess, I know you don't like her behavior, and I totally get that, but in terms of addict behavior on a mental health spectrum, it's sort of understandable. Not justifiable, but understandable. Yeah. Here's the thing. It's not that I don't understand that, like, the power thing. I just wish they would have done, she has an addiction to power, not that magic is drugs. I feel like there's a way to do that doesn't make magic drugs. Because now that they've done that, she can't do magic, or else she's like a user. And like, you know what I mean? She has an addiction again. Like, they broke the system that they built.
Yeah. I mean, it makes me think like, you know, Giles is the Reaper and his little like friend Grindelwald or whatever the
Ripper? The Reaper?
Yeah.
He's the Grim Reaper.
Reaper and Grindelwald, like his buddy, whatever the fuck his name was.
Ethan, I think.
Yeah. Ethan Slater, or is that somebody else?
Slater is from Saved by the Bell.
Ethan Slater. Nope, that is literally Ariana Grande's creepy little boyfriend. That is he's SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh my god.
But whatever. Yeah. Ethan, like they did magic, but also they're like, because I think that turned into like an addiction to power thing.
He just was a douchebag who wanted power. Like, I don't know that it was always an addiction. I think he was just an asshole who wanted power.
Giles really stepped away from the magic. So like maybe he felt like he was getting addicted to the magics.
I don't know. Chris has a question. What would you have most fun doing with the amount of power Willow has? Ooh. For me, just doing a quick change outfit would be awesome.
Yeah. I mean, like I've said this a million times, like all the Sabrina the Teenage Witch type magic / practical magic is like always my favorite, of like snapping your fingers, you have like a whole new outfit. But I also like I think like some of like the telekinesis stuff was like really cool too. No, telepathic stuff.
Yeah, she was able to talk in people's minds.
Yeah, I think that both telekinesis and telepathic abilities are really, really cool.
Yeah. If I could teleport, I don't think we've seen her do that though. But yeah, a quick change outfit would be nice. Like something to eat. Don't have to make food would be great. I don't know if she can do that, but I would definitely want to.
You just need Smart House for that.
I fucking love Smart House. No, Smart House shows that AI is no good. Anyway, let's talk about Cordy's corner, a Cordy-less corner, because Cordy's on vacay with Drew Boo Boo. What's his name? Drusalog. Drew? No, Grusalog. Gru. Loyalty. Basically, Wesley has a case of the sads because no one wants to hang out with him.
Wesley
and he
is the worst, but go on.
Well, he's also lonely because he's the only one who knows about this prophecy where Angel's going to kill the baby. So he goes and he talks to a drive-through burger speaker that turns into some sort of prophecy thing and is like, bitch, I'm going to be vague as fuck about this prophecy. There's going to be an earthquake. There's going to be a fire. And then he's going to fucking kill his son. And Wesley's like, what do you mean? We live in California. Of course there's going to be an earthquake and a fire.
I will say that I really do love the burger prophet. I wish that all prophecies came through Burger Man.
That was crazy.
Yeah. It was
so stupid.
My only complaint was that I wish that we didn't spin off to a different network, because if we could have gotten the like BMP crossover, dreams with like,
that would have been fun.
That would have been so fun. And it felt like a missed opportunity. But
imagine the speaker, instead of being a burger, being like a chicken cow combination, you know?
Horribly terrifying, but yeah.
Exactly.
That would have been really, really good. So I really liked that mechanic. I thought that it was very silly. And I felt like I didn't like any of the Wesley stuff. Like, I don't like that he's jealous. I don't like that he's sulking around. I don't like that he's like, you know, like giving Angel death stares instead of communicating with him. Like, it all just feels so annoying. And I don't like it much.
How are you feeling about the Gunn-Fred relationship? Because they're
obsessed. You were so mean about them last week.
Because I'm already over it. I'm like, go do your work. They're like, oh, let's silly bits. Let's make out at the Ferris wheel. Like, I don't know.
They work all damn day. They can't have 5 minutes to enjoy their company. Like, what the fuck?
I do love a fair. I would have had a great time at this fair. And the thing is I don't even kind of know what's going on with the big story. Basically, the guy who was hunting Angel is obsessed with Angel's baby, and so is everyone else in this group. Yeah. And they all want to kill the baby. And finally, the Angel squad has like realized what's going on. But the problem is they have baby Angel's blood, which turns out to be totally normal and human. But they're going to do some sort of ritual with it because the guy who's like gray and has like scars and facial tattoos is going to work with lawyer lady to make it happen.
Yeah, Wolfram and Hart is back. The issue is that I could not give a shit about anything else in this episode except for Fred and Gunn, David Boreanaz getting to be ridiculous, Baby Connor's pretty cute. Like, if this show was just a sitcom with these characters and they're just fucking around and there's no bigger plot line, I think I could get into it, but I just don't care about anything at all.
Yeah. I don't know how to take villains seriously when they're like obsessed with killing a baby. Like, how do I take you seriously? You know? It's whatever. I didn't really care about this episode, to be honest.
If the baby is human, then why do we have to kill the baby?
I don't know, and I don't really care. And at the end of the episode, like, the prophecy is coming true. There's a big ass earthquake. There's a fire, and Angel's bleeding from the forehead. And Wesley's like,
it's the blood,
blood.
Except for the fact that, like, that one dude is trying to get revenge for Angel killing his family. Like,
he's like the ringleader.
So I understand like his motivation. Wolfram and Hart, I think, is just trying to torture Angel because
they really do love to torture him. Yeah,
but like, I don't understand why we're trying to kill Baby Connor. Like, he has
no one does.
He has no.
And the thing is now Cordy's away, and it makes me so sad.
I mean, she'll be back. She just went on vacation.
No, I know, but like, this fucking sucks. I want Cordy around.
Everybody deserves a vacation.
Yeah, that's true.
She has to get another bad haircut.
Oh God, so help me God if she comes back with an even worse one. I will not survive it. I will not survive it.
I think at this rate, she just needs to like shave it all off, and then
when they come back, will Grusalog have a new look because he was wearing Angel's clothes last time? Like, will he have his own sort of fashion?
He'll be in like Hawaii clothes.
Incredible.
Yeah.
That's the Angel episode. I didn't really care about it, but I rarely do care about them.
But I heard season 5 is really good.
Don't even get me started. I can't.
Season 3.
I love listeners so much, but like, you just have to accept the fact that we're never gonna love Angel the way you do, and let that sink into your heart and let it be fine. Okay, next week for our last pre-recorded podcast, I will say. So if you send us in feedback, by the time you hear this, it will be way too late. But if you're like, I sent in feedback ages ago, we're not gonna get to it for like at least a month and a half. So sorry, but there you are. Last pre-recorded podcast, we're going to be covering season 6, episode 16, Hell's Bells. Wedding bells.
Yeah, it's the wedding.
Wedding bells be ringing. It must be.
Yeah.
And these fucking Angel episodes are so stupidly named.
Was it
season
like,
3,
like
episode 16?
Is it like Bush?
No, it's Sleep Tight.
Oh, more Baby Connor stuff. Baby Connor is really cute. So
just don't care about Baby
Connor. My son is as cute as Baby Connor, then I feel like we're doing something right. But then I'll get him into acting.
Adam will love that.
Act, baby, act.
Oh, by the way, I may start branching out into, so I recently with my crochet, I've started a blanket for my mom for Mother's Day. Because I need time, because it's going to take a minute. Blankets are fucking a lot of work. And then I might branch out into doing like, I don't know how to pronounce this. Don't make fun of me, listeners. Okay. It's like amaguri. It's like when you like crochet like a stuffed animal, you know?
Oh, okay.
Do you want me to make your baby a dinosaur?
No. That's not where I thought you were going with this. Nasty.
I haven't learned how to do it yet, but I might. We'll see.
I'll just mail it back to you.
Anyway, yeah, that's it. Anything else you want to tell the people about before we get on out of here?
I have nothing to say. I'm like about to cough my little lungs out.
Okay, well, we're gonna let Sarah go rest her throat. But until next time, everyone, here endeth the lesson.
Just ask. Shit 90 shows taught me.
Shit 90 Shows Taught Me was not filmed before a live studio audience.